Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. A lot of you have asked me what I think of a phone called the Librem 5 by Purism. And anytime this has come up on Reddit, I have usually said there is a specific reason that I don't trust the company, and I cannot reveal that reason publicly because I would be betraying the trust of somebody that I know that has done a lot to benefit me, who has had at one point internal involvement, and I did not want to betray that trust. So I'm not going to go over why I personally believe you should not trust Purism or what they do with the Librem phone. What I would like to go over today is a customer experience and really just dive into why it is I would not personally give this company money. And I would also like to go over and highlight some points from some people on Hacker News that go over why this phone, as it is marketed, is not exactly the security and privacy protection in mind and all this stuff by default that they claim to be. This comes from a customer who has sent me a lot of receipts, and I've redacted many of these receipts, and I'm only going to be showing certain snippets of the support ticket so that BlackBerry can confirm that it is indeed genuine. Look at how cute she is. Look at her. She's like sitting up like, cutest kitty in the world. So this gentleman bought a phone in 2019, and once mid-2022 rolled around, he realized I'm probably not getting a phone out of these people. He did not use the Kickstarter. He used their website. So again, with Kickstarter, if they don't come out with whatever it is that they said they were going to give you, sucks to be you. Whereas on a company's e-commerce website, you tend to expect that if you pay for something, you're paying for an actual product, and if they don't ship it, that you will be able to get a refund. That didn't work for him. So here, after waiting for 3 years in August 2022, after paying for this thing in 2019, he said, I'd kind of like a refund. He politely requests a refund by saying, "Hi, I would like to request a refund from my order. I no longer wish to receive my Librem 5. And what they tell him is, okay, this is a pre-order from 2019. Your estimated time of arrival is Q4 2022 to Q1 of 2023. Once we reach it in our shipping queue, we will contact you. You can then reply with a refund request. Per our policy, we can't cancel a pre-order until we reach it in the shipping queue." Now, as somebody who sells devices online, this is absolute garbage and a complete stall tactic. This is a way of trying to get the customer to forget that they requested a refund in the hopes that they're not going to remember and remind you of that 3 to 6 or 9 months down the line so that they'll just go away. And when they finally get the phone, you can say, "Hey, we have a restocking fee of this insane amount," or "Hey, we don't take devices back after they've been opened," kind of nonsense. There is genuinely no reason for something like this. I see this for what it is. This is an attempt to get the customer to go away. There's absolutely no reason that you cannot refund a pre-order, and it's especially disgusting when, again, he gave you the money interest-free for 3 years. All he's doing is asking for a refund. So they say, come back Q4 2022 or Q1 2023. And that's where things get better. Q4 of 2022 rolls around, no Librem. Q1 of 2023 rolls around, no Librem. Q2 of 2023 rolls around. He has been considerably patient here. Support says, "I've created a ticket for your order to be canceled and refunded. When it is being processed, my colleagues from our financial department will contact you to confirm the billing details." The customer writes, "It's been 2 months since this ticket was created, and I haven't heard anything back, and support will not respond to my emails. Can you give me an update on the status of my ticket?" And he hears nothing back. Several months later, again, he emailed in April asking about the status of his refund. This is way after when they said he'd be able to get a refund in the initial email in 2022. He says, "I still haven't received any response to this. We are in June of 2023. We are very close to Q3 of 2023, 2 quarters after they said he would get the phone, 2 quarters after they said that he would be able to get a refund. I still haven't received any response in this. I'd just like to get the status of my refund ticket. Thank you." And that's the point at which they hit him with a straight-up scam. They said, "Hello, I'm afraid at the moment we can only offer you to have the phone shipped. We just need to confirm your shipping address and to let us know whether or not you need any accessories for the phone. Alternatively, we could provide a store credit for the amount you funded the phone with, add up to 20% value in case you're interested in purchasing something else from our store. If you give somebody money, and for 3 years you never get the product, you politely ask for a refund, and they say, "We can only give you the refund later." And then when later comes, they ghost you and don't give you the refund. Why the fuck would you want to purchase anything else from that garbage company? And he says, very clearly, "I was told per your policy I could request a refund when my phone is ready to be shipped. Are you now saying that you will refuse to refund me at all?" Which is true. Over here, they said that once it's reached in the shipping queue, they will contact you and you can reply with a refund request. That's what they said, but they used weasel-ass language. They said you can reply with a refund request, which to most normal people would imply that that means that you can request a refund. But a request does not necessarily have to be granted, and that's where Purism is using weasel language with a customer that gave them an interest-free loan for 3 fucking years. And this is the way they treat you. I'm sorry, the original policy was no refunds, which is enforced now when we reached shipping parity. I would never buy something from this company. They treated the people that gave them money like complete and utter garbage. Their policies are unclear and designed with weasel words to trick you out of being able to get a refund if you ask for it in a very reasonable way. Above all, in my opinion, these devices aren't even that secure as they claim to be. Here are some posts on Hacker News. There's a great thread on all of this. Purism's marketing material, this comes from Marcan, and I'll include a link down below, is outright deceptive. They insist that in computing phones, the baseband blob has access to system memory, which is a lie. The reality is that the baseband blob in the Librem 5, which is every bit a giant blob as that in the competition, has access to the USB port of the AP, and there is no filtering implemented yet. So the attack surface it is exposed to is every USB driver in the Linux kernel, which is much worse than systems with embedded basebands and proper memory firewalling, where the baseband has no more inherent access but is exposed to a smaller attack surface. That means that you are more vulnerable to giant blobs doing evil things with a Librem 5 than you are with, say, an Android phone running a free OS build. Then there's the whole hilarious situation with RAM initialization blob, where Purism went and hid it behind 2 layers of CPUs. Not execution, just handling it. Because somehow doing that, which provides absolutely no benefit to the user, it's just a waste of engineering time, made it possible to certify the phone into the FSF's utterly broken and nonsensical respects your freedom program, even though precisely zero freedom was gained by doing this, since it is still running the same blob on the same final CPU and the same access, all the while reducing security, since the blob is then made no longer part of the normal OS image and is not validated with it, so it could be backdoored as part of a supply chain attack, and you would be none the wiser. The whole thing just stinks the more you look into it, and it's completely evident that the folks behind Purism are a mix of deliberately deceiving people and just clueless about security and modern embedded platforms. I agree 100% with Marcan on Hacker News. That is a great post. And I cannot speak to the private and confidential conversations I've had with people that I would love to share, but I'd be breaking the confidence of people that I care about and trust that have done great things for me, so I'm not going to do that. This supports what I have heard 100%. They do not strike me as a company that cares about privacy and security. They strike me as a company that cares about marketing that they care about privacy and security in order to get your money, which they will not refund years later, and stand behind weaselly word policies in order to do so. A lot of what they're advertising is security theater anyway. The mic switch on the phone is not really going to do much as a hardware switch. If somebody actually hacks into your phone that far, they are going to be able to listen to you through the vibrator. The vibrator is a speaker. A speaker can be reversed to be a microphone, and it would not be very difficult for that to actually happen. If somebody were actually able to hack into your phone, there's a number of different ways that they could be able to listen to you without having to give a shit about you having a hardware flip switch. A lot of what they claim are actually security features are not, and security experts can go over this and debunk it very easily. I'll include links down below to where many people are dunking on the concept of the Librem 5 as a very security-oriented device. If you actually want a device that is more focused on security and you care about that, you are 10 times better off buying something like a Pixel and running Graphene OS on it and not pissing off the lead developers. In all seriousness, Graphene OS running on a modern-day Pixel is going to be 10 times more secure than any of this garbage you're going to get out of Purism, and when you buy it, as disgusting as you will feel supporting Google as a company, you will actually get what you bought and paid for, and if you ask for a refund, as shitty as Google is as a company, they will actually give it to you. I will give credit where credit is due. Because people are starting to become more privacy conscious, and because people are starting to become more security conscious in a world where every single person out there is trying to get access to your data, everybody out there is trying to advertise to you in some way by getting as much information on you as possible so that they have more to base their advertising on, a lot of people want devices that feel like they keep them safe. Whether you're listening to Ben Shapiro talk about how ExpressVPN keeps you safe when you're like browsing Facebook, as if this keeps them from being able to tell every single piece of information you put in there, that completely ignores the concept of browser cookies or anything like that, or stuff like this. There are no shortage of people out there that are more than happy to sell you the concept of privacy and security, when in many ways what they're advertising is snake oil. VPNs have many legitimate uses. Keeping your data safe when you're logging into Facebook with your full name using a VPN is not one of them. And in my opinion, using a Librem 5 from Purism is not one of them. You really should evaluate these claims. Go to websites where you have insane concentrations of nerds like Hacker News and read about this stuff before you actually give people interest-free loans for 3 to 4 years on products that, in my opinion, are utter garbage. I would never buy from this company, aside from the fact that the product itself is not as actually secure as they claim it is, but rather just because of how they treat their customers. If a customer has ordered something from me and I have not shipped that product yet, and I'm not going to be able to ship that product for months, and they say, you know, I'd kind of like a refund, like, hey, sorry I couldn't ship it sooner, man. Thank you for being willing to pre-order. I really appreciate it. Refund. And that's it. And if I'm really feeling salty that day, you know what I may do? I may charge the customer the 30-cent fee that the credit card processor charged me to be able to refund. In all seriousness, this is not how you treat your customers, and this is not how a real business treats its customers. This is how a business that is grifting along, pretending to give a shit about something they don't actually care about in order to get your money is going to treat their customers. The people running this company see you as a cow to be milked. They do not respect you, and they do not care about your privacy or security. All personal qualms with the lead developer aside, I would run Graphene OS on my phone way before I bought a phone from this crap company and did anything with it. It's not really secure. It's bullshit. It's marketing wankery by people who don't respect you, in my opinion. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.